he's played in those rivalry games. It was the Broncos against Brady and them.
That's right.
Watch how quick he is right here. Just using quickness, power to get in there, blindsiding.
Standing around blocking no one, but look, he's working the center here. Myers, and then he thinks he's going to pass him off, and no one's there, and he's just relentless to Rodgers.
That's exactly what that is. Look at the leverage. He gets right up under Greg Little, pushes him right back into Teddy Bridgewater's lap.
Barry comes in at right tackle, and the great Chris Jones, who's having a great season.
Now here he is against a rookie on the left side and just pushes him right back into the backfield and almost.
They double Khalil Mack on the outside. They have Dulcich. He's out there. He's helping Calvin Anderson.
He's getting a lot more recognition. You're going to see him here playing his traditional 3 technique. He just plays behind that guard. What's hard about that?
Watch him coming off the edge here against Trent Brown. It's the left arm that he's holding, and that's the arm that he uses to wrap him up and ultimately bring him down.
Well, again, Sweat's been doing this all night to Jones, the rookie, but what's different is they took anywhere for him to go. It's one thing, he's been avoiding that initial to get upfield and rush the quarterback. I love how he defends the run. He recognizes that jet sweep because it got on him in a hurry, so he just holds the edge, gets his upfield shoulder up. He's able to get that shoulder.
So Darius at the bottom. You're going to see Greg Little. He's going to get jammed up by his own tight end, Hunter Long, and that's why he was too slow to get out there.
They walk up Alex Singleton here, which holds Pipkins just enough, and then you got Browning who's coming by right by him. So he's thinking that maybe Singleton might be coming. He has to protect the inside, and just that hesitation gives Browning with that speed.
Watch the big fella right here. Ooh. Gets the offensive line up.
Normally he's used to playing a lot more than that. But this is one of those games where I couldn't help but think that he's going to be on the field.
You've got a guy that can make it, and here's somebody we really haven't talked about tonight, but Hassan Reddick has made such a difference with his team. And
Mark Andrews and took that away from Lamar Jackson. His safety blanket had no one there. There's Thibodeau, the rookie out of Oregon, who is a bright lights guy, big-time player.
Patrick Jones stepping up. He's going to come, do a spin move, and then get back inside. This is just a 4-man rush. Nothing special. Danielle Hunter gets over there, tries to pick off that offensive lineman.
So you get that matchup right there, and that's the winner right there. A guy who was on the boundary watching the game had to come in for one snap. He gave up a sack. In there on the sack.
Really good job here by the Commanders of keeping him in the pocket. That was the emphasis on our Zooms. Everybody we talked to, they knew that if they could get him off his primary, you can spy him with the middle linebacker, 55 Holcomb. Instead of getting upfield.
You see Dulcich here. He comes and sits down, and with the pressure, Russell Wilson, this is right in front of him. Just put it on him. I mean, that can't get more open than that, and that's just some of the things. I'm not sure at times how disciplined Russell Wilson has been with his eyes on knowing exactly.
you bring everybody off the edge, which means Driscoll's going to have no help. But that time the pressure came from the other side.
Exactly what you did not want him to do. Stood in the pocket too long, and then he tried to escape backwards as opposed to escaping either to the right or to the left.
Look at all the people they have up at the line of scrimmage, and you can't see it here, but it's straight man-to-man coverage on the outside. So now you're going to see Sirianni and this Eagles offensive staff begin to try and take advantage because they have the receivers to win one-on-one. Yeah, and I think the thing that's always fun to watch with the Dallas Cowboys is that they're so fresh. They rotate fresh bodies.
Well, you know, you're right. You talked about Harlow being new in there, and Ford is going to be able to get by him. You're going to see Parkinson come across, and he is just going to completely whiff on this block right here, and that's going to be the blow-up shot. And that's a running back.
Lou Anarumo, the defensive coordinator, he's going to bring Hilton off the slot, and then that's what
you can see the speed off of the edge from Sanders, and you just activated this week, and you can see why right there.
That message that he did really, really late in that cadence was across the board.
Crosby did it last week. Go up, spin right under, and you have no.
Shaq Lawson disrupts things.
But it's the same thing last week. Wiley susceptible to the bull rush.
He's off to just the outside of the left guard, and watch how quick he uses those hands, gets penetration right into the middle there as Fields tries.
See Darrell Taylor lined up on the outside here working against right tackle Kelvin Beachum and just beats him to the outside, gets that ball out.
Oh, just a great job of D-line stunt. You call this a TE stunt, tackle and stunt, where one goes up and then the other comes around the corner.
You see him right in the middle here. He gets pushed back so far by Monet.
Raekwon Davis is going to absolutely abuse Ed Ingram, the rookie out of LSU. My goodness.
And kill this play. Just some little subtle movements up front. And you could see Tanner Vallejo from his linebacker spot able to get up in there.
And then look at Christian Wilkins. Shoots the gap, gets in the backfield. Nice tackle for loss.
Look at the big fella in the middle. Swims the center quickly and gets back there to help his buddy Anderson, 94, make the tackle. But Derek Brown, that's a big man, and he moves so quick.
Just compressing the pocket and making sure that a quarterback has nowhere to escape. And that's so important with a guy like Geno Smith.
Have to come up with some stuff. But he also has the brute strength of Dexter Lawrence.
Look at him stay with it and fight through Kevin Zeitler. So that's good cover.
Looked to his right, wasn't there. Moved his view to the middle of the field, nothing there either. And down.
Look at this, Ellis, he's pushing up. All they're trying to do is just set a game. And then number 55, he just keeps coming. Just splits it, keeps coming, and then Davenport is able to come back inside.
Where's your matchup, right? So we're going to take Jalen Warren. We've heard a lot of good things about him, but we haven't heard him as a lead blocker on a big outside linebacker. That's one of the things we haven't heard about him. Great effort, great willingness, but just not that technique.
Yeah, 260-pound Joe Tryon-Shoyinka, who had a sack last week against Atlanta.
Sometimes you're looking for playmakers, and sometimes they have on single-digit numbers or low numbers, but not this time.
You've got to win those situations. If you're going to win games in short yardage, we just talked about the red zone performance by Tampa Bay today, but that's a great job by that Steeler defense. And gets into the backfield immediately. That's a tough ask for Robert Hainsey right there. And if you're going to do that, you can see the backside pile fell on his feet. He couldn't keep his feet.
They bring the pressure, they overload the right side, but if Mack doesn't get this, if they're able to get, it was a good call by the Broncos.
Really nice job, just a four-man rush, and look how fast Roach, who missed the first 4 games of the season, really good to see him back in the lineup.
Kevin, that's the flag. You said batted it out of bounds, and that's the penalty that comes in late.
Yes.
Percent has to know that the pocket is going to be collapsing around him. Can't take that long. Got to get the ball out of his hands.
Mike Tomlin talked about Chukwuma Okorafor as one of the guys that he thought could stand out on that island by himself, and you would get the help onto the other side to Dan Moore. And that's just a really nice job on that pass rush by Carl Nassib.
If you're the Saints, it's the red zone. Now, if you're the Bengals defense, they've done a tremendous job.
Out the backside. Take a look here. Yeah, it just kind of fell out the back when he took it. Didn't look like anybody hit it. That thumb
wants to get to 100, but again, they tried to create the illusion that the play was going to the left, and they wanted to come back right. And I think he wanted Saquon Barkley in the middle of the field on a second read, but not able to get to it because all of a sudden his vision is filled up by number 93 in white.
He starts on the backside here. He's going to loop all the way across. You see there's a big hole. C.J. Mosley's going to bail out. Now watch the twist game. Royce Newman, the right guard's got to stay big in that hole. There's no reason for him to slide left. But credits this defense. Nice design.
You have to account for him in your pass protection. No one does. Looks like Dalvin Cook actually was supposed to account for the end man and the middle linebacker. Instead, he went to the end man, and Landon Roberts makes good.
The problem was the backside. Jihad Ward. Watch him coming on the pursuit and making the play. Everything to the front side blocked really, really well.
And now off the edge, but watch the hands. Watch the swipe. This is like right out of Karate Kid. Nice swipe on the outside. Swim over the top. Meet the quarterback at the depth of his drop.
Just a really nice job here on this stunt. You're going to see they do a little TE stunt. Down. Sheldon Rankins wraps around the outside. Nice two-man game there between Lawson and Rankins. Bakhtiari, the left tackle, Runyon, the left guard, can't quite pass that two-man game off. The ball's got to come out. He's got his tight end there matched up against him. Enagbari just keeps coming. He's got a lot of time. Just get rid of the ball. Check it down. It's first down.
You don't want to have to blitz to create your pressure, and they haven't had to so far today. There's your 4-down line. We talked that they had to win today. Look at all 4 of them. Pushing, not getting up, forcing Tom to step up, and that pocket collapses on him.
We talked about Tom Brady, how little he gets pressure. Just 17% of his snaps he's faced pressure this year.
Yeah, Dorrance Armstrong has really become a force out there on the outside. And remember that Jordan Mailata is coming in with a bad shoulder.
You can see the pressure up the middle. They start with the 2 backers, and they bail Walker and Campbell. It's just a 4-man front. Jaron Reed, number 90, he gets the initial pressure, and then he kind of just runs. He doesn't even see Rashawn Gary as he kind of flushes the pocket.
And Alex Wright as well. Watch as he comes around the edge. Zappi's eyes are to the left, so he's not even aware that Garrett is that close.
To the back quickly. This time it's not the rush as much as holding the point of attack and setting the edge against the attempted block there by number 89.
He's got to work with the right tackle, Jenkins, in a little bit of a zone scheme there and protect.
Early penetration right there. Howard, number 96. He's the first guy to disrupt the runner, and once that happens.
Because they anticipated what the Giants wanted to do, which was protect and try and hit something deep right off the top. And Travis Jones just ran right through the attempted block of John Feliciano. Really grasped onto what everything is doing. Look at what the Giants are doing here, trying to confuse blocking schemes. Had a triple stack in the middle. So when you're trying to decide who you're going to block, which way is that guy going to go?
He's got to be able to make this block. They have Mixon at the line of scrimmage, and he just whiffs on Davis. And when you look at their pass protection, look, they came into this game.
50 right there, diagnosing the play right away. You're trying to cut him and get his hands down so you can throw a screen right around him.
Both these quarterbacks having passes knocked down at the line of scrimmage.
Beneficiary of some really, really good defensive line play. You're going to see that he's going to try and pick Robert Hunt, that right guard. As soon as he picks him,
frees up the blitz here. Miscommunication. You can see the center there who's trying to adjust and make sure he's making the right call, Tyler Larson. And it frees up one of the better linebackers in this league, especially blitzing, Roquan Smith.